Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining me and thank you for your continued support. So if you are active on social media, like Facebook or X or something like that, or even if you just read the news, you will see that the amount of hate towards the people is increasing. It seems to be getting worse and worse all the time. Now, some of that I think should be laid at the door of the government and also other political parties who readily call people who are disabled, getting mobility cars for acne and tennis elbow, which is an absolute lie for a start. And also when you've got people like Liz Kendall saying that people are taking the mickey in terms of benefits. All of these things from the government and MPs from various political parties don't help the situation. And so you go onto places like social media and you see lots and lots of hate directed towards disabled people. People who, are just trying to raise awareness of what's going on, are trying to change people's perception of disability, and they get hated on it. And I'm going to show you an article now where it goes to show that the police aren't really doing as much as they could do in terms of dealing with these hate crimes. So let's take a look at the article quickly and I'll show you what I mean. Disability hate crime prosecutions tumble again 3 years after the CPS admitted figures were woeful. Prosecutions of disability hate crime plummeted again last year, with less than 300 cases taken forward by prosecutors, despite police forces in England and Wales recording more than 10,000 offences. It is now the 7th year in succession that Disability News Service has raised the alarm about plummeting levels of prosecutions for disability hate crime, with little, if any, action being taken by the police or Crown Prosecution Service to address the trend. It comes 3 years after both CPS and the National Police Chiefs Council finally admitted their performance was not good enough and needed to improve. Despite those pledges, their levels have continued to deteriorate. Levels of disability hate crime estimated by the National Crime Survey are more than 5 times higher at about 56,000 adult victims a year, which police believe is probably the true level of disability hate crime. The number of disability hate crime prosecutions fell from 306 in 23-24 to 279 in 24-25, while the number of convictions has also fallen again from 233 to just 214 in the whole of England and Wales. But CPS has told DNS that police forces passed only 328 disability hate crimes to prosecutors in the whole of 24-25, another fall compared with 338 in 23-24. Now it is woeful when you consider that there could be as many as 56,000 complaints of disability hate crime. Now, of course, some of those might not be classed as hate crime. Obviously, there are some, cases which might not necessarily lead to prosecution. We understand that. But the fact is, I'm seeing it on social media myself. So many more people are hating on disabled people because they feel that they're not worthy of getting welfare payments. They're not worthy of getting a mobility car. They're not even worthy of being at home. They should be working like everyone else is. And it's spreading much more than I've ever seen before. I know not a lot of you go onto social media for that reason probably, but I don't know if you've noticed how much it's increased lately. Certainly since the Labour Party have got into power, because of things like the Green Paper, when they were saying that more people who are disabled should be working, and there was little details in there about people who could work, should work, but the general line they were towing was that they want everyone to try and get back into work. And some of the measures they're putting in place, like putting job coaches in GP surgeries, is directly because of things like that. So we know that the government are towing this line of disabled people need to work, and that spreads down to the general public. They believe what the government tells them, they believe what the mainstream media tells them, and certainly the mainstream media are not innocent in this either. They print some horrible stuff about disabled people. So I think that it's a shame that there aren't more prosecutions, and it really does need to be improved. So please share this video if you think it should be shared. Share it to as many people as possible to highlight this problem, that the police aren't doing enough when it comes to disability hate crimes. I mean, they do a lot for other hate crimes, but disability hate crimes, they just don't seem to be as proactive or active, should we say, as perhaps they should be. Let me know down in the comment section if you've been on the receiving end of that kind of thing, or indeed even if you've made a complaint and nothing's come of it. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section. Please do subscribe if you've got this far, and I'll see you next time.